Fall Fun Fact.
Did you know there was a basketball court in the Matterhorn ride at Disneyland? Well, now you know.
It's draw time with Mr. Mayberry. Time to draw.
Hi, I'm Mr. Mayberry. Welcome to Draw Time with Mr. Mayberry, Falltime Edition. It's basketball week on Draw Time, so we're drawing things that have to do with basketball. Today I'm going to show you how to use one-point perspective to draw a basketball court. So let's get started. It's time to draw. Okay, for this drawing I'm going to be using a ruler, both as a straight edge and to measure with. I want to start off by lining the ruler up with the bottom edge of the paper. And then I'm going to trace a line across the top of it. And this is going to be the edge of the court that is closest to us. And I just wanted to get that up away from the bottom in case you want to add more details here below that. Okay, next I need to find the center of the paper. And so I'm going to locate, this paper is 11 inches, so the center would be 5.5. So I'm going to make a mark at the bottom and then up here at the top. And then I'm going to connect those two. And do this lightly because we will keep part of it, but part of it we're going to erase. Okay, for this drawing we're using what's called a vanishing point, and all our lines will go towards that. The main outside structure lines will go towards the vanishing point. And on this one I do have a specific place I want to put the vanishing point. Normally would put it on a horizon line, but for this drawing I'm not using that, so I'm going to use this center line, and I'm going to come down 2 inches from the top. And that's where I want the vanishing point to be for this drawing. So I'm going to come down from the top edge 2 inches and then make a dot right there on that center line. Okay, now I'm going to make some marks along this baseline here so that we can know where we're going to make our lines. They'll go from the different points to that vanishing point. So what I'm going to do first is I want to make a mark at a half inch from the edge, and then at 1 inch from the edge. So 2 marks on the left and then 2 marks on the right. Again, in a ½ inch and then a full inch. Okay, so let's start with one on the outside first. I'm going to go ahead and line that up with the vanishing point. And again, we're going to keep a lot of this line. Part of this line we'll keep and part we won't need. So I'm going to start off by drawing it, sketching it lightly here, tracing along the edge. Make sure you do use the edge of the ruler. That's what we're using it as to make a straight line. So if you just kind of draw without it, then our line won't be as straight. So try to use that straight edge to line that up. And then I'm going to do the one next to it. So at 1 inch in, line up with the vanishing point again, and then draw that line. Okay, now let's do the same thing on the right side. I'm going to line up with the outside edge. And draw connected to the vanishing point, and then move over to the next line and connect that to the vanishing point. Alright, this is the edge of the court, basketball court closest to us, and then I'm going to draw now the line for the part of the court that's the edge of the court that's farther away from us. And for this drawing, I'm wanting that to be 1.25 inches from this baseline here, inch and 3/4 to the back edge of the court. So I'm going to measure that here. I'm going to go ahead and line up with the 3/4 line, 1 3/4 line here, and then make a mark. Actually, let's do this on the ends. Let's do this down on the end. 1 3/4, and then make a mark at the edge of the ruler, and the same thing on this end. The reason I decided to do that at the ends is because then I'm drawing one line all the way across the paper. If I do it in the middle, it might not be even, so this allows it to be straight across and even. Now I want to connect these two lines, but I don't have to connect outside of these lines that go back to the vanishing points. I want to start on the edge of this one and then end on the edge of this one here. So I line up with my marks, and then I'll just draw between those two outside edges of the court. Okay, so I'm going to start here and then draw all the way across and connect here. Now this line we won't need to erase, so you can make that one a little darker. So that's the back edge of the court. Now that we have the basic outline of the court, we're going to go back and make some guidelines for where the free throw lines will go. So I'm going to start on the outside edge here, and I'm going to measure up from this baseline. First of all, 3/4 inches. Both sides, left and right, right and left. And then I'm going to draw a line across, just across the court. Now we will erase part of it here in the middle, but I'm going to make it not super dark, but dark enough across the whole thing. And I'm actually not going to start on the outside edge. I'm going to start on this second line here and go across to the other side, second line. But I'm lining up these two marks I have on the outside edge. So there's that line. And then let's go up from that line. Actually, let's go up from, let's do it way out here on the edge again. From the baseline there, we're going to go up to 1 1/4 and make a mark. On both sides. And then connect I didn't go far enough. 1 1/4. And then we're going to line these two lines up, these two marks, and do the same thing. We're drawing from the not the outside line, but the next line in over to the inside line here. Okay, now we're going to measure where the free throw line will go away from the baseline here, from the out of bounds line. I want to go 1.5 inches. So line it up with this corner right here and then measure over 1.5 inches. Make a little mark. And we'll do the same thing on this side of the court from this inside line here over 1.5 inches. I'm just going to set it on 1.5 inches and then mark on the other edge. Okay, and now I'm going to connect these marks to the vanishing point, but only for the length of the free throw line. So line up with the vanishing point, and then all you have to do is make a short little mark right here. But that gives us the right angle, the right perspective, so it looks like it's going back into space, going away from us. Same thing over here. I line it up with the mark I just made and draw it just the width of the free throw line there, the length of the free throw line. Okay, there is a curve at the top of both free throw lines, and I'm going to have that be 1/2 inch away So I'm going to make this mark like right in the center on both sides. And I'm also going to mark where I want the 3-point line to come out to too. So I'm going to line up with the center here and come over a 1/2 inch, make a little dot or a little mark, and then the same thing in a 3/4 inch. Okay, and then on the other side, same thing. I'm going to mark away from the middle of the free throw line. So from here over a 1/2 inch to make a mark, and then over 3/4 inch and make another mark. So now we have 2 dots on this side and 2 on this side. Circle in the center I want to be 1 inch wide, so I'm going to measure a 1/2 inch either direction, make a little mark. Okay, and that'll just show us how big to make that circle. And then the starting place of the 3-point line, I want to be a 1/4 inch from this bottom. So I'm going to line it up here and mark a 1/4 inch on the edge of the court. Do that on both sides. And then it'll curve around, and then on the top edge I want it to be 1/8 of an inch from this back side. So I'm going to mark 1/8 of an inch down from that. Make a little mark on the foul line there, and the same thing over here, 1/8 of an inch down. Now it's just a matter of making several curves. Time to clean up the drawing. Okay, now I'm going to go back over all my lines and darken them in. Okay, so here's a basic drawing of a basketball court. Notice in the center I put my logo, Mr. Mayberry Productions, MMP. Of course you can add any team mascots or team names or any other details you'd want to this court. If you hold on to this drawing till next time, I'll show you how to add the goals at the end of the court. So clean up your drawing, add color if you'd like, and this is our drawing for today. A 1-point perspective basketball court. Now that you know how to use 1-point perspective to draw a basketball court, hold on to your drawings, because next time I'll show you how to use 1-point perspective to add basketball goals to your court. Well, thank you for taking time to draw with me. I hope you'll come back again. And remember, if you want to be a good artist, do a little drawing every day.
That's beautiful.
It's a small court after all.